Hello. Welcome back to another edition in our guided relaxation series. I'm Jen McLamb. I am a licensed massage therapist at Vital Touch Wellness, and I'm also a somatic movement therapist. And today I wanted to share with you a somatic movement practice that's also going to have a little bit of fascia stretching in it. So for those of you who aren't familiar with the term somatic movement, somatic means related to the body, and somatic movement is basically just bringing, it's being present in your body as you move it. And this can be really helpful to practice because we are often disconnected from our bodies. We are often either in our minds, thinking and planning, remembering things, or kind of focusing on external input in the environment around us, and we're not often tuning into what's going on inside of us and inside our bodies. And doing that can feel unfamiliar. But when we practice it, we can become more centered, and we can feel more grounded, and also just feel more present and even more alive in the present moment. So I'm going to share with you a practice today that I have found to be very helpful and very healing for myself. And it's something that I learned when I was in a training program for Somasoul Somatic Movement Therapy with Dan Levin at the Levin Institute for Expressive Movement. And he passed this practice along from a woman named Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen, who started what's called body-mind centering, and that's what this practice falls into. The fascia piece comes in kind of naturally because our fascia it's a living tissue in our bodies that kind of surrounds and wraps our muscles, our muscle cells, and even like groups of muscles, and also our organs. The fascia can surround and wrap our organs and our viscera. And so as we do the movement that I share with you today, it's going to naturally move and unwind fascia, especially the fascia in our shoulders and in our torsos. Fascia usually responds to sort of a slower movement than the muscles do. So this will feel a little different because of that as well. So before I get started, I'm going to put on a little music. I'm going to be playing Gate Gate by Deva Premal today, because I think it's nice to have a little musical accompaniment for this. And as we get started, I would just like you to find a comfortable place to sit on the floor. You don't have to have a yoga mat. I'm not going to have a yoga mat, but you can have one. It might help a little bit. But most importantly, just have some clothing that's comfortable. You can be in your pajamas, just anything that you can move a little bit in. So we're going to start just seated for a few moments to just take a pause and check in before we move. So I'd like you to take your awareness into your body and just sort of sensing your overall state physically right now in your body. Getting a baseline of how connected you feel or disconnected. any areas of tension and contraction, or if you feel areas of softness and flow. And then we're going to get started. Turn this down a little more. Get started by taking your right hand and placing it to the right side of you, just out from the hip. The right knee is going to stay bent in front of you, and the left knee is going, and left leg's going to come out to the side and behind you a little bit in mermaid position. So the right foot and the left knee are touching each other. And then I would like you to take your left hand and wrap it around the lower right side of your rib cage. Just firmly enough so that you can feel the bones of your ribs with that hand. And we'll just start by bending the right elbow as we lower our torso towards the ground, and then straightening the elbow to push and press the torso up. And we'll just keep doing that. Bending the elbow slightly, lowering towards the right, and then pushing into the hand, straightening the elbow, pressing the body up and towards the left. Just going back and forth, left to right. And I'd like you just explore your own pace with this. You don't have to do it exactly with my timing. You can go as slowly or as quickly as you want. And you might even start to add a little bit of an undulation as you dip down, spiraling down, and as you push up, kind of expanding to the left. And as you keep doing this, I'd like you to see if you can feel those ribs under your left hand. If you can feel them contract and come together as you push up and away from the floor. And notice if you can feel them expand and fan out as you come down. Just noticing that. The lower rib cage expanding and opening up some space, and then contracting and squeezing as you push up. And lastly, seeing if you can sense or imagine the right lung, the lower right lung on the inside of the rib cage beneath your hand, opening almost like a sponge, just squeezing as you come up and expanding and opening as you come back down towards the floor. Letting the breath come naturally to you, inhaling and exhaling wherever it feels right. And then we're going to take this movement and take the left hand, place it on the top of the right side of your chest, and the right hand is going to come just a little bit, a couple inches back, still out to the side, but a couple inches back. And we're going to bend that right elbow as we drop towards the floor. And then again, press into the hand, straighten the right elbow as we bring our bodies, our chest up and forward just a little bit. Bending the elbow, coming down, and pushing, and coming back up. And again, just continuing this at your own pace. As fast or as slow as you like, making the movement as small or as big as you like. It can be very exaggerated movements. If you want to and too exaggerated, or it can just be really subtle and small. And just explore. And again, seeing if you can imagine that right lung, the upper lobes of the right lung, below your hand, below that left hand. And imagine that lung expanding as you push forward, and the lung squeezing like a sponge as you come back. Just imagine the space inside the rib cage, massaging the lung. And now we're going to take this movement into 3 dimensions: left, right, back, and front. Any way you want, just undulating, circling, pushing forward and back. And again, massaging the lung, mobilizing the rib cage. And then we'll slowly bring this movement to a stop. And we're going to take our hands to our knees, bring that left leg around so that you can sit for just a few moments again and check in. Check in with the right and left sides of your body. See if you notice any sort of shift, any sort of difference in between the left and the right side. Maybe a feeling of spaciousness or fluidity. Our ribs can become very tight and constricted, especially when we're stressed. And this practice can really increase the range of motion in your torso and make more space for breathing, for lung capacity. So we're going to take this to the other side. So we're going to keep that left leg bent in front of you. The right leg, the right knee is going to meet the left foot, and the right leg comes kind of out to the side and behind in mermaid. And the left hand is going to come, and I'm just going to adjust the music. So left hand's going to come back out to the side. Right hand is going to wrap around the lower left side of the rib cage, just gently pressing into the ribs as we start that back and forth movement. Bending the left elbow, lowering the body, and then straightening the elbow, pressing the body away from the earth at your pace. Just the side to side, with that little bit of undulation, a little bit of spiraling to this movement. Letting your breath fill your lungs when it feels natural. And then noticing the ribs fanning apart as you come down, and then squeezing together as you press away from the ground. That fanning apart, squeezing together. And then even sensing into that lower left lung on this side, imagining it like a sponge, just opening and expanding, and then squeezing and contracting. And then we're going to take I'm getting my hands mixed up. The left hand, because I'm mirroring you. The left hand's going to just come back a few inches. The right hand is going to come to the top of your chest, over to the top of the left lung, and over the heart. And we're going to bend the elbow on the floor, coming back and down, and then pushing into the floor, pressing the torso up and forward just a little bit. Back and down. And then up and forward at your pace. Just exploring this movement, exploring this side. Maybe you feel a difference in how fluid or mobile this side is. And if you feel like a place that feels a little stuck, you can just slow down there. And on this side, we can even sense into the heart. We're moving the heart, massaging our hearts, feeling the compression as we come back and the expansion, gentle as we come forward. Sometimes during a movement practice like this, as well as the physical sensations you notice, you may become aware of emotions, which is okay. This is a great way to tend to our emotions just by allowing them to bubble up and moving and breathing and just sort of letting them be. And then we're going to take this into 3 dimensions, so you can move right to left, front, back, up and down, just exploring this movement as you sense into the right, to the left lung, the left side of your chest, the heart. Maybe even listening to the music a little bit, letting the music guide the movement. Just gently holding our heart. Slowly bringing this side to an end. Crossing the right leg in front of the left. Letting the hands rest on your knees. And once again, taking a few moments to pause and check in. Check into the quality of your torso, your shoulders. Noticing if you feel a sense of more energy in the area. Feeling uplifted energy or more expansion or more space. Or whatever you feel. Just being observant. And taking a few more breaths. Noticing how connected you feel to your body, how connected you feel to the floor beneath you. And when you're ready, opening your eyes. Thank you for sharing this with me. I hope that you got something out of it. And this can be a great practice to try anytime if you want to feel a little more peaceful, a little more calm, a little more centered. And again, I thank you. We look forward to sharing more videos with you in the future, so keep checking back in. Bye-bye.